yeah, I just want to sort of have a preview of the collector's market. I found probably the most the gun that's got me the most excited in terms of a collector's weapon. I mean, this is a strange sniper rifle, no kills, okay, so it's not got any kills. So they've gone through the thing of 200 sniper rifles. They've made them into a collector's. Now, okay, that's really good, but also it's a professional kill streak with cerebral discharge, team shine, and with active kill streaks. But also, it also has a Halloween exorcism a spell on it. So it actually has a Halloween spell. Now it's a bit expensive, but it's all, it's not a very common item, but it's interesting that's on the community market. The highest tier are commonly the cosmetics. Now, I mean, the collector's bone dahlia. Basically, it's an item which it's relatively common, but as a collector's, it's not exactly a common item either. So it's more common than the others. I've not seen a collector's Christmas tree. That's certainly a very interesting item, but at $655. So there's some really interesting collectors coming on the community market at the moment. I just saw that one, so I don't know why I'm actually doing that again. A collector's war pig. This is a soldier effect. Soldier's quite a popular class. It's a hat that sort of might be worth having. So let's have a look at some of the other ones. I mean, a Darwin's danger shield. I mean, again, this is not just a collector's. This is a kill streaker. It's got mean green, Singularity. Wow, you know what I mean? So it's good having those sorts of things, and I'm just wondering whether or not this came from a sort of a collector's sort of sniper fit out. Festive black boxes and black boxes are fairly common. This is one with pumpkin bombs though. A collector's with a Halloween spell, which is very interesting. A collector's Widowmaker, again, that's an interesting thing, but I guess it's not got any spells on it. This is another festive black box. This is a professional kill streak one though, so that's also interesting. The Islander, Collective's Islander, it doesn't really have anything other than just a sword. The rocket jumper, again, interesting, but again, I don't know how good that is. As a cow mangler, that's actually quite good. It's got a professional kill streak on it as well, and that's interesting as well. If that had a Halloween spell on, I'd definitely get it. The gunslinger. This is good too because it's got exorcism, but it hasn't got any footprints or anything like that, and it is again a kill streaker. So there are some nice items in collectors at the moment. A collector's direct hit. I mean, I was thinking of making a collector's direct hit, or I was collecting some up to do that, but I guess. I mean, someone's selling one for $144, so is it worth getting a collector's direct hit when you can get one for that price? A flog. This is, basically with kill streaks, so it's quite interesting. A back scatter gun. Again, kill streaks. There's some nice kill streak items around, and then you get down to, I mean, a specialised kill streak man melter. Again, that's also interesting for pyro. Hypno-Beam, mean green, size of Mardonga. They don't have much of a ticket on themselves. A collective, festive force of nature. That's interesting as well. I mean, sometimes I'm not so good with with festivized weapons. I mean, a righteous bison's an interesting weapon. Gunboats, they're pretty handy as well. But we come down further. Festive Wrangler. And then the items start getting down around the 50 mark. Killstreak Scorch Shot. This has got fire horns and agonizing emerald. Okay, that's a nice. They're nice sort of effects. It's got exorcism on there, but it's that's not my favourite. A degreaser. Yeah, that's pretty good. Good weapon, rapid turnover for competitive stuff. A collective's machiner. That's a sniper rifle again. Interesting, but again, no kill streaks. Rescue Ranger. It's got some kill streaks on it. I guess there are some really nice items on here. There are not many cosmetics. There are quite a few nice professional kill streak collectors. Collectors, again, there's no special advantage to them other than the fact they are collectors, and it has taken a fair number of items. Definitely the pick of the one at the moment is this one, and that's because it has a Halloween spell on it, and it has kill streak. But again, I really would probably get that only if I was a sniper main. If it had footprints, I'd get it without question for that price. This doesn't have any spells on it. I do collect Christmas trees. I do not have a collector's. I'm looking at that. This one here is very interesting because it has the pumpkin bombs. That's quite interesting to get the pumpkin bombs in the black box. It's not. It's only a collectors. It's not the professional kill streak, which is down here. And really, what they're trying to do is say they want the spell. And this has got fire horns. It's got a nice kill streak fit out, but it doesn't have that spell. The pumpkins, and they're quite cool when you see the little pumpkins flying off. The Halloween fire is Halloween fire is something that on the pyros with the green flames. That's also pretty desirable, and it's a pity in some ways. I don't think that the collectors degreaser that I saw before has the Halloween fire. If it did, I would, I may well consider getting it for that price. So, in summary, there are some nice collectors around. Probably the pick of them was that sniper rifle I saw, but again, it's really only if you're, and they're the degreasers. I mean, let's have a look at these. Look at this. This has got a kill streak effect. This one here, again, it's got kill. I mean, this one here's Hypno-Beam, Incinerator, Singularity. I mean, there's some nice. I mean, these are fairly cheap for a collector's weapon as well. I mean, just hanging around if you're a pyro and you're into collector stuff. There's some nice stuff around for you. Just, I mean, looking here, the collector's bargain bazaar. That's a sniper rifle, Lawrence of Australia. Fair enough. The Huntsman as well. Basically, that's Deadly Daffodil, Cerebral Discharge, and there's a collector's Killstreak Degreaser, which, I mean, if the Halloween frames are the coolest things around, you know, if you can get those, I mean, I've got them, I find them really good. Again, there's some nice, I mean, the market seems to be dominated at the top of the scale by the professional kill streak ones. Here's a power jack. The power jack has got a professional kill streak. I'm lucky enough to have an unusual power jack, but again, that's also a good find. The collector's degree, so I think they're just stock standard. None of them have got the flames on. Okay, and this is a collector's back burner. Again, that's a professional kill streak. That's got exorcism. It has a spell on it, so that's interesting. Going along, Scottish Handshake, Tornado and Villainous Violet, they're pretty good effects. The Beggar's Bazooka, interesting. Oh, here you go, back at my Pyro main thing, that's a rain blower. There's a Natasha there. And again, Agonizing Emerald. Collector's Professional Kick, Tomislav. Yeah. Hitman's Heatmaker. Again, it's got Hypno-Beam and Daffodil, Deadly Daffodil. We're going back into the less desirable ones now. I guess at the cheapest end, so the cheapest collectors around, in Southern Hospitality, I mean, having a collector's wrench, I mean, there's an $8 wrench, there's an $8 wrench, okay? A Criticola collectors, you know, there's a $9, so you can get a collector's item for under $10, whether it's the sort of thing that you want or not. A collector's, if your Pyro collector's lollipop, then again $10. So there are some cheap collectors around. Just want to see another thing. This is the flare gun, which is a good item to have, and as a pyro, we quantify that. The most expensive is $17. Just seeing whether or not there's any spells on these things, and they're the sorts of things I look for. I look for whether there's spells. I look for which effects. The collector's soda popper. If they have spells on there, especially the footprints, I like the Halloween Fire, the Pumpkin Effect. You know, the Headless Horseman footprints are the best ones. The Exorcism, or voice from below, is a deep voice, so your scout sounds like a heavy. They're quite cool. you can get all sorts of other, the chromatic corruption effect. That is probably one of the nicest effects. It's almost an unusual effect. You get a chromatic corruption of your hat, and it's almost an unusual. I think I've addressed that previously. I've got it on one of my hats for my heavy, which is an unusual as well as having the chromatic corruption effect. So that's the collector's market. I'm sort of pondering whether I look at these. I mean, this one here, probably a little expensive for what I like, but it is a cosmetic. It is not particularly a common cosmetic, and I'm thinking on that very carefully. I do like this. If it had another spell on it, I would be all over it. The collector's fat black box. This is a good one because it's got pumpkin bombs on it. I'm looking very carefully at that one because the pumpkin bombs have become quite fashionable, and the spells have been taken away from Team Fortress 2. So I don't know if they're ever going to come back, but you cannot put spells on Team Fortress 2 weapons anymore, and they're sort of relegated to history, really. Again, I'm not impressed about that. If it did have some more effects on it, or some Halloween spells, I would take it. And this Flog Instigator, I mean, flogs are interesting. I tend not to use them because I like to use the reverse blow function on the flamethrower, but they can be quite effective if used by the right people, and they can give you crits. Again, I'm looking through here, and what am I looking for? Well, you've guessed it. I'm looking for spells. I'm looking for what's going to give me Singularity. I'm looking for Fire Horns, which is a great effect. It's a sought after effect. Fire Horns, Hypno-Beam. Again, what the highest tier item has to be the Fire Horns, and that's when you get the flames pouring out of the eyes, sort of once you've killed so many people. And none of those. So in terms of the only real item that I'm drawn towards I'm drawn towards the Christmas tree, but it's too expensive. I'm drawn towards the pumpkin, the collector's pumpkin black box, because it has a spell on it, and it's an uncommon spell. So I guess that's the market. This is the bad hammer. Someone's put that down, the bad hammer. But again, no spells. So that's when I'm looking for collectors, I'm looking for cosmetics. Cosmetics are the most valuable. They're the hardest to get. Chicken has a very rare the Phantom's Mask collectors, and I'm looking for spells. Peace. Okay, so I've looked at the collector's items, and I've found that there's nothing really that I really wanted there for the price, except for the things that I ended up getting was this black box, which was $279 because it's a professional kill streak festive black box. It's got fire horns, which is I think the best of the kill streak effects, and it's good. I mean, I think it's a good little addition to my collection. This is the one I talked about with pumpkin bombs, and that was sort of $300 or $400, but it's good because the pumpkin bombs and the spells you can't get anymore. I had one previously, which is this one here, which is just a plain old festival black box. So I mean, obviously that's one I'll be using. The other ones in preference. I do have a direct hit. I do have a lethal kill streak, professional kill streak man melter. I've also already got some collector's festive guns are running urgently. I've got a collector's professional steel treat flare gun. I've got the lolly chop, and I've got a flog as well. The flog is basically something I don't use often, but I mean it's something that's something with a kill streak function, and it's something that's I think is obviously different. This one here is a rain blower that has a kill streak effect as well. So I mean overall, I mean most of my collectors of weapons. I've got a neon annihilator there because obviously I'm a pyro main. I've got a Frenchman formal, which is obviously it has spells on, which is particularly cool because it has two spells on. It has voices below and a spectral spectrum. So I mean, obviously it's good to get cosmetics of these collectors because they're quite rare, but it's even better to get them if they got spells on. I looked at the other collectors. The Christmas tree hat did tempt me, but in $600 is a bit steep. I probably would have gone for 4. The bone dahlia, again, I'm not sure I want to pay that much for it. And the other thing was the war pig, and I'm not really a soldier main, but I mean, and again, I mean, if I was a soldier main, I may go that much, but I probably think it's more worth about 250 or 300. So that's my little foray into a little bit of collector shopping, and peace out.